Hey friends, I'm Angela.
I'm Marcy.
And it's us.
In the garage.
Bring it in, my friend. Boom. All right, so welcome to your, as I always say, right here, what is it, virtual cigar lounge. Thanks for joining us today. We got a few things, don't we?
We do.
We're going to, we might be a little late with the, I definitely want to get to the Cigar Aficionado Magazine. We meant to kind of film it a couple episodes back. I think today we're definitely going to do the Mark Wahlberg, talk about him on the cover, because we're both fans. Would you say you're a big fan or you're just a fan?
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, because I was going to say, you're from Mass, right? So, and I'm a New Kids blockhead, right? And he's right, Donnie's brother. So I think we're both big fans.
Yeah, we are.
And it's really cool that he's on the cover. So we got that, and we're definitely going to touch upon a Thanksgiving, sort of like a nod to the Peanuts Thanksgiving. We're going to get to that and kind of talk about Thanksgiving in this episode a bit. So
good.
We're going to get going. All right, so we need to do our cheers. And Marcy, what are we drinking today? Because I got this for you. You said this is one of your new faves.
It is. It's the Severed Lime Liquid Death. This is the sparkling, which we both sort of prefer the flat, I think we said, but the lime sparkling water is my favorite.
Okay,
they have a couple
1, 2,
flavors,
3,
but this is good.
Crack up. Oh, yeah, and cheers it.
It's so good.
We'll get this thing going.
Cheers.
So we're going to talk about what we're cutting and lighting. That's nice and refreshing.
It really is.
I'm going to go in for a second. That's definitely nice and refreshing.
And it's not too bubbly or spicy, as my kids used to say.
Yeah, we did talk about that. My sons used to call seltzer spicy too, but this actually isn't. I don't know if it's more definitely. I think I've said, like, is seltzer a sparkling water, or are they two separate?
I think there is a slight difference. I don't know exactly the difference.
Yeah, because if you could say this one's smoother,
that's what
I would definitely say it is.
Mm-hmm.
Because I also don't like when there's like 1,000 bubbles up
your
your nose.
I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
All right, everyone. So I'm gonna go first today.
Who's going first? Cheers.
I just actually can't wait to cut this open. I'm definitely gonna put a picture because this is a beautiful band. This actually I got out of the last cigar that was inside my June Luxury Cigar Club box.
Oh, okay.
So this is the third and last because we have the core.
I'm impressed that you know, like, what's left in those, like, per box.
Well, I wrote it down. I wouldn't have.
I forgot she was a dork.
I wouldn't. Well, because for the nature of the podcast, I would never have remembered otherwise, because it's already been thrown in my humidor for the mail. It is, because I just want the viewers to, like, definitely. Especially also Luxury Cigar Club, when I tag them, I don't want them to be like, wait a minute, you're saying this all wrong and all backwards. I'm like that, right? So I'm funny like that. So anyway, beautiful band. Look at that. I know, it's like
really nice.
It's like a royal crest.
Yeah.
So there's that, and then because it's like a torpedo, here I'm just gonna actually cut it on the bias. Is it bias when you cut on the side? Is that called cut on the bias? I'm going to go right in the center of, like, the triangle part of the torpedo, and I'm going to try to just hit it with my guillotine. I hope I can get it done. See, like that? They do kind of say...
it's more like just on the angle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So you cut at an angle, not like, don't just... Just take off the tip.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you could do whatever. When with cigars, right, they say, what is the old-timey saying? There's no... hard and fast rules, really.
Okay.
It's for your enjoyment, your relaxing.
Okay.
But I would say a couple aficionados suggest that, because you get more of, like, airflow, and you still get the cute.
I like that. Yeah, I do.
But because then what you're doing, if you need more airflow off the top of that, like, torpedo, you'd have to go further down and cut it straight. Right. And you kind of lose a little bit. Yeah. So it's it's really personal preference.
I guess so. This wrapper almost looks what I'm looking for. Like ombre.
Yeah, right.
Like,
it's light to dark, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Gorgeous.
This is the bellissimo. This is the Despot brand. I've had luxury, I think. Have you smoked one of these?
I feel like I have.
It's, what is it? How's it spelled? Despot, but I think it's pronounced like Despot. And, I'm sorry, my voice is like, I'm just getting over a cold, so I'm very hoarse today. Excuse me.
It's very sultry.
Oh, I better talk more like this. This is luxury cigar club. I think last year I definitely got one of these brands before.
Oh, okay.
So they must be a big fan of it as well. It was, I think, a different blend. This is a medium body, and they say that the Despot cigar brand is very popular in the European market.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna
He's a chunky guy too. I like him.
Yeah, this is a 6-inch by 52 ring gauge.
It is a really pretty band.
Oh, I gotta wet my whistle. But this is the Series J Pyramide. The wrapper is Ecuadorian. The binder is Ecuadorian, and the filler is, what are you laughing at?
You're very Ecuadorian. It's like you're speaking to third graders. I love it.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm married to a teacher. It might have rubbed off.
It's true.
She does teach second grade. But
it's good to enunciate.
It is. Well, I do work with kids. I don't know if that
true.
means anything except for me to say like, shut up and sit down.
That's why your voice is hoarse, right? You're screaming at the kids.
Oh man. No, I don't know. I'm actually the friendly.
You're the cool bus driver, for sure.
I'm the friendly
there's no doubt
neighborhood
there.
bus driver. Those kids are so darn cute. And the filler is Nicaraguan and U.S., which is Pennsylvania tobacco leaves, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I've always said on this podcast, I really love how, I think people forget sometimes that the U.S. is producing today and we're smoking tobacco.
Yeah.
From Florida, from Connecticut, and farms. Oh, there's all those background, some motorcycles going by.
I think you'll hear that.
And Pennsylvania. And I think Kentucky. Are we pulling leaves out of Kentucky and smoking them?
I don't know, Angela. Let's find out.
Comment below if you know that for a fact, because
I feel like we're at a news desk. I'm going to send it over to our correspondent.
This is our new. We're at like a bar stool today.
I love it. It's so good. Welcome to the new.
Excuse me. Yep. So while I light this up, why don't you talk about yours? I'll toast my foot while you.
Sounds good. This definitely came out of the luxury cigar box, but I need to keep one of those. They send you a.
Oh, do you want me to take? Did you take
UPC? Not the UPC. The
right
QR
here.
code. Oh yeah, I'll scan it.
Oh, this we have to
that
stabilize
way
this.
I can know.
It.
That way I can know what month it's from. But I'm definitely a fan. And okay, so this one is also from the Luxury Cigar Club. Just banged that mic. Sorry. So I think we both do the core membership, and you get this fun little card in all of them, and you scan the QR code, and it brings up all of the months, so you can find out which cigar is in which box. Because like me, I don't always get to smoke as much as I'd like, but I get 3 a month, and it's nice just to always have something that you can grab, and it's going to be good. So this one is actually from the October box, which is kind of shocking to me, but I grabbed it. I liked the size, so.
Why is it shocking? You mean because why October?
Well, I guess it's why it was actually kind of on the bottom of my humidor, so that's I was surprised that I was in the October box, and not, but you know why? Because at my recent Halloween party, the humidor was raided.
I was going to kind of ask you about that. See, I got the pumpkin shirt on just to kind of, we're in between Halloween and Thanksgiving here.
That's so, now that I think back, because the memories are a little fuzzy. It's okay. It was a good party. So this is Juarez by Crowned Heads. And this is a Mexican San Andreas wrapper. It is full-bodied. Let's see here. Indonesian binder. and it mix of Nicaraguan and Dominican filler. This actually got its name from a Johnny Cash song.
Oh, yes, we had something like that last time.
We did?
I might have just alone, actually. I've done some reviews alone. I know I've talked about Johnny Cash and something.
That's so funny. Actually, I don't think it mentions this on here. It's Cocaine Blues? I think that was the name of the song.
No, we did. We just briefly talked about Johnny Cash once. A cool song.
I know we have.
Yeah, hey, just a side note. If anyone can help me out, because I'm the editor at large here in this thing. I'm editing this. Please comment below or DM me this and that email. Oh, email. Just to interrupt you. I'm going to put it here. authenticallyangela podcast@gmail. I'd love for you to just, or comment or email this and that. If you're listening on Spotify, this and that, right? You could email me and just tell me and Marcy what you love to smoke or if you've ever had these sticks. But the thing is, I need to know how the heck YouTube, I love you, YouTube, no offense, because we're getting this out there, but I keep getting copyrighted and flagged, because what we do is we play, even if we play like a 20 seconds of a song, but we're talking through it, it's like still getting like flagged, and I'd love to know people's workaround, or do I need to go on some kind of subscription to get that music? Because I don't know. Just please, somebody DM me some information.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's bumming me out because we have all these plans for more music talk, and I'm a musician, and you are a singer, and I was so bummed. So
she
bummed.
uses that word very strongly.
Come on. Well, I interrupted you, so let's definitely talk about why you said Johnny Cash for this stick.
Well, that guillotine needs to be, that's all right. It'll add flavor.
It didn't go in. But right. Do you have to cut it again? Because I don't want to.
No, actually,
we've got some good scotch.
It was fairly clean.
All right.
Yeah, it's Cocaine Blues.
Okay, yeah.
Is what this is named after. So, yeah, there you go. There you have it, folks.
This stick right on light up.
It's good.
Smoky and good. Love it. So far, love it. It's got a nice flavor hit on the tongue there.
This is good.
So yeah, are you done? I don't want to. I know I'm classically interrupting. Okay, I definitely don't want to interrupt. So let's see. So while you do that, I'm gonna open up what we're drinking today. We have a blended Scotch whiskey. Now, I picked this because we're still kind of reeling from the Winston Churchill episode we did, and probably going to talk about him at least once every 4 episodes. How's that?
I think it's good. Right
on light up.
Right on light up, it's good.
Yeah. So today we're going to do the Johnnie Walker Red Label. It definitely is said that this was Winston Churchill's #1 Scotch, and I think let me drink the water out of this. I definitely think that I've read that he put this with some water and drank it near daily for breakfast. So
hey, I had a brownie for breakfast, so more power to him.
I'm having 2 fingers today. What are you going
just
with?
Just a 1 for me, thank you.
Okay. That's why maybe those lines are there to kind of...
There, pretty much.
I'll wipe this off here. All right. So, I can smell like the wafting cigar over here. Yeah, for me too, I've always kind of just loved this part of the cigar. I could smell like all of it. Anyhow, Johnnie Walker Red, Liquid Death, we're doing it. Oh, so let's cheers this.
Johnnie Walker.
Johnny Cash, Johnnie Walker. Okay, cheers.
Cheers. That's yummy. For those of you listening, that's the ice. Jealous?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's right. I asked, what are you smoking, but also, are you pairing it with something? So what are you drinking? Okay, so let's get right into this so we don't leave any stone unturned. I have to stabilize this somehow, right? I could put a
No,
little.
I think it's good.
I keep moving it. We keep moving
Well,
it.
no, you're fine.
Okay, what month is this?
Doesn't matter. Look at that handsome boy.
October stick. October Cigar Aficionado. Mark Wahlberg was on the cover. Yes, he is very handsome. So when and I'm going to say this, so no offense, Marky Mark, but in 1992, I saw Pearl Jam in a small club in Manhattan at the Academy. Actually, it was New Year's Eve, and they opened for Keith Richards. So this was like back in the day, right before they like massively exploded, like that 1 second before they massively exploded Pearl Jam. So anyhow, what it was is in New York City, that was also the time when Mark Wahlberg, who was AKA Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, right? There was a huge in Times Square advertisement of him, billboard. Remember in the Calvin Klein underwear?
Yes.
And he had like 10 pack of abs, and he was so hot. But like also he was like the Funky Bunch. So Eddie Vedder was like we were right kind of there underneath this gigantic, billboard. It was gigantic Calvin Klein ad. Not like not the first tier size in Times Square. It was the biggest one they could buy. And Eddie Vedder was like, the even flow. And then he was like, fucking Mark, who's that out there? Marky Mark? He's like, is he a singer? Is he even a singer? Like he was doing his grunge shit. And I was like, my God. It was just like, all those days of like, he was like, fuck Marky Mark. Basically, we were like, I was like, oh, okay, I do love Pearl Jam, but I also kind of love New Kids and Funky Bunch. But anyway, it was kind of cool. It was like, because cool. Eddie Vedder is just like, gives 0 Fs.
Right? But he's a god. He's allowed to give 0 Fs.
But, now that he's like a father of 2 girls and they're like grown and, one's in college and one's almost in college, like he's not as aggressive as he used to be. But I still love him equally the same.
Absolutely. But getting back to this.
Yeah. It's, but we did have to, because every time I do see this, like I always remember that day when he was like, "Who fucking is he a singer?" It's like, well, he became
he's got it all.
Yeah,
Eddie.
He certainly
you must know.
Became an A-list actor. That's for sure. So he was interviewed. This is like and the thing of it is though too is he doesn't really smoke cigars.
Oh.
There's not one picture of him in here with a cigar in his hand. They just have him enjoying some libations with, what's this guy, the editor, Shankin, who interviewed him. But they did talk about, like, who was some of, like, the famous and favorite actors that he's ever worked with. Of course, he mentions, like, Danny DeVito, right, Jack Nicholson, Robert Duvall. So I just wanted to point out that part of the interview, too, because Danny DeVito is a big cigar guy. Yeah. I don't know if you know, but he, I think Partagas, I believe the Partagas number 4 is his most favorite stick.
I love it.
And yeah, well, yeah. And so anyhow, he has one after dinner every night, and I always think, man, I think when I'm retired, I really hope that I have the time to like be like Danny DeVito. I swear to God, I'm like, and just have that stick after dinner, like nightly, because I haven't gotten there yet, but that's like my goal. So.
Right? I would like to do basic things.
Tell me.
Like not even go as far. Like, right now, I would just love to actually go to bed on time. Every night, because I try. I really do try, but it just doesn't. You try to have a calm weekend. It doesn't happen.
I know you're very busy with the. We'll talk about.
Right. It's life.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I was going to say about you being a photographer. I did want to kind of mention. Let me ask you this because
Is this go along with this?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Mark.
I don't want a tangent here.
Yeah,
you.
No, well, Marcy said that one of her favorite Marky Mark movies was from 1998, The Big Hit.
The Big Hit. It's cheesy and funny, and I don't even really like remember watching it more than a couple of times. But it's one of those movies, like a couple of scenes just like stuck with me, and it's probably one of the first times I saw him on screen.
Yeah, that was back in the day when like I don't know when Boogie Nights came out, but that was when he was like developing his early movie career. I mean, he was a giant, but he didn't really like explode until I think Boogie Nights, and there was made him more on the map of
think so.
A permanent, like an actor that you knew he was like here to stay.
Yes,
not just like Marky Mark in the Funky Bunch.
Right.
It was like you're Mark Wahlberg now, you're an A-list actor, you're here to stay, right? Yes. I think because we're of that era a little bit, right? Yeah. I mean, so we kind of watched him come up. Yeah. I think he was like 19 when he first like got like in this.
God,
in the
that
public
I don't
eye.
even know, but I know almost anything that I love that about certain actors too. No matter what they put out is good. What you doing there?
Oh, I'm just.
You gotta relight.
Yeah, because you know me when I get talking. Write the cigar in about a minute or two.
Yeah.
I think like if you
30 to 45 seconds, folks.
You gotta puff it.
Take that puff.
Yep. Or
she's
it goes
too busy
out.
talking. That's okay though.
But you know, it reminds us that it's a natural product.
It does.
Because these cigars, premium cigars, if you don't puff on it in like 2 minutes, a minute or two, it will go out on its own because there's no chemicals in it, giving it its draw.
It's also telling you that this is one of those where you need to sit and relax, but you need to pay attention to this. You know what I mean? Like, take your time, focus on your cigar, and nothing else. Mm-hmm. That's why it's so good for relaxing. Anyway, I like that the magazine, even though he doesn't smoke cigars, you know, it's just sort of, I guess, another news outlet type of thing. But
well, I didn't. Disclaimer: I didn't actually finish the article. Is like I didn't get to the last part of it, but I didn't see anywhere that he does.
Yeah.
So
I flipped through it because any photo of Mark Wahlberg I will gladly take a peek at. I didn't see him with one.
Yeah, I don't think he does. So
I don't think it matters.
No, I think like I think the month or two before, Cigar Aficionado had a whole like movie a whole movie.
Oh, really?
Issue. And it was like, you know, with The Godfather and, you know, like The Darkest Hour with, you know, because who, like, cigar smoking movies.
Yeah.
And
so what is your favorite Wahlberg movie?
Well, I love him in, what's the one where he played the officer in 9/11? That was deep. That was,
shoot, what was that?
Yeah, right? It's like skipping my mind here. But I did want to say to you as a photographer, did you think it was like, you know how like in The Big Hit, it was kind of like, you could tell it was from 1998. He had like that cheesy, you could see his hair is like dyed, not real red. It's supposed to be, I don't know, like, and it looked like, okay, this is what I want to point out. Okay, so in that movie, the classic, like, they jump out of, like, they jump out of, like, a helicopter or something, and they perfectly land through a roof into, like, a sexy, naked lady hot tub. Like, they just, like, it's like those kind of scenes in those old-timey movies. But I was going to just say, like, do you find it, like, a chuckle as, like, a photographer who edits, like, that, like, those type of things? It's, like, cliche and...
Yes, but I think that sometimes certain movies, those types of cliches just make it that much better because, you know, it's like, oh, of course this is going to happen. Sometimes we'll be watching a movie and my husband's like, really? I'm like, can you just suspend your imagination for just 5 minutes?
It's true because that you have to, like, it's one of those things, you're just sitting on the couch on, like, a Sunday at, like, whatever, 6 o'clock, and you're like, if this movie comes on cable... I'm just going to leave it on.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to think too hard about, like, the facts. If they're getting the facts right. I'm like,
no.
Like the police crime scene.
It doesn't, I mean, listen, like, all of the movies, most movies you have to suspend. And I think that's obviously the draw. Sometimes the real movies, sometimes the real time that make you really think. And you're like, those you have to watch you have to be prepared to watch some of those because it just hits home. I'd rather have something where, hey, look at that. Perfect landing right in the hot tub. Ta-da!
Yeah. They didn't even get a concussion when they went through the ceiling. They just landed right inside of like a naked lady hot tub. How convenient. So yeah. No, I know. But we're going to go from this segment to, here's how I'm going to connect it.
Oh.
So Mark Wahlberg is from Dorchester, Boston area,
Dorchester,
Massachusetts, which is Plymouth Rock, close by, right? Not too far away. And that is the Thanksgiving origin. So
have you ever been to Plymouth Rock?
Have you? No.
I have, yeah.
I drove through. I dream, this is my own cheesiness, I would love to do like a Thanksgiving meal in the town of Plymouth one day. That's like my bucket list.
There's actually a lovely park that right there. Lots of picnic tables, and I'm sure you could line them all up and
just bring a turkey and some stuffing. And
But
we're gonna pivot into Thanksgiving, and we have quite a treat. So I'm going to do a little editing magic. We're gonna clear this, and we're gonna do the Peanuts. We're gonna do a nod to the Peanuts. Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. How awesome is that?
I love it. I'm such a Lucy.
I think I'm Snoopy. Yeah.
Ta-da!
The magic of editing. So before I describe this for 1 second, I just want to say that this Series J, I am tasting clove, for sure, nutmeg, and there's like an underlying sweetness on like the retrohale. And again, have you retrohaled yet? No. Next year. She'll get it next year. Next year. We'll work on it this coming summer.
That's going to be my New Year's resolution.
Okay. All right. But anyhow, it's really cool. It goes with Thanksgiving. It's got some clove notes, right? So if you want to pick up one of these for Thanksgiving, go get one. So what are we doing? Here's what we're doing. Check this out. So I'm gonna put I'll put the clip, boom, right here for 1 second. The Peanuts. We're gonna show the video. Okay. And now we're back. So you saw that clip. So here's what we got. We have the ultimate. I loved when Snoopy. Okay, what was the premise of like the Peanuts Thanksgiving? Charlie Brown, right? It was like they were like bickering, like Peppermint Patty and all of them or something. And then like Snoopy was rolling his eyes, right? And he was like, "Oh, these kids, they're bickering." In that time, Snoopy cooked. It was just, what a memory. I laughed so hard, even to this day, that their Thanksgiving, Snoopy cooked. It was toast, a pile of toast, which we had. It was jelly beans, but we just have gumdrops today because I couldn't find jelly beans in my store today. And
what, in November? That's weird.
And popcorn.
You popped all that popcorn.
And it has to be pretzel sticks. It has to be these pretzel sticks.
Yeah.
So this is like the iconic, and for those that know, please comment below because it warms my heart for this memory, right? I love the Snoopy cooked Thanksgiving.
I thought it was cute when Woodstock was helping him like butter all of the toast, and then he put Snoopy's ear in the toaster and buttered it and whatever. But then when Snoopy was folding the napkins, and he did the last napkin, and one of them was moving, and poor little Woodstock
he got like stuck under it.
I was like, "Oh well, I cooked your ear, I guess."
It was so cute too. How Snoopy's always like, he was always
he
was yelling at Charlie Brown.
He was the adult in that show all the time. I mean, just
that's what was so iconic
took matters
about
into
this.
his own hand, and
and he was just like had the chef's hat, and he was like, "Guys, like I'm making." He was just like with his eyes. He's like, "I'm making toast. Leave me alone."
He set this beautiful table. I love it.
And then the Peanuts came together and realized the meaning of Thanksgiving, and they stopped bickering and they became best friends once again. Of course.
At least for one day.
So what the point of this is we're going to just talk about our Thanksgivings, right? Mm-hmm. And what you go first. Like what is you want to talk about the food? You want to talk about your family, sometimes it can be like you don't want to go to certain aunt's house. Maybe not us, but like other people out there, it could be quite something.
When I grew up, there were 3 kids. It was me, my 2 brothers, and my parents. And they bought this tiny little 800 square foot, 1 bedroom, 1 bedroom house. So they took the master bedroom.
And how old were you about?
I was 2. So I was like 9, I think. They took the 1 bedroom and they divided it, and my brothers bunked in one half, and then I had a room in the other half. And my dad worked 3rd shift, so my mother slept on the pull-out sofa every night. Which, if you ever had to sleep on a pull-out sofa for like one night, God bless her for sleeping on it for like 20 years, more than 20 years. So anyway, in this tiny 800 square foot house, there was now 2 bedrooms, 1 tiny little bathroom, very small kitchen, a dining room, and a living room. And literally, you could just, we used to do this, we used to run around the house. It was like an absolute circle.
My grandma's house was built like that. You could run around it, the way the hallway went.
Well, my parents hosted Thanksgiving.
This is going to get better and better. I love it.
So we hosted Thanksgiving, and we had my father's side, which was 2 uncles and an aunt. And they had 2 children amongst all of them. There were wives, husbands, my grandparents from both sides, usually my Uncle Jackie. So roughly really there'd probably be about 25 of us.
In that house, yeah.
And the dining room.
And kids, cousins? Because they must have ransacked the
bedrooms
somehow.
It actually was us. It was us 3 kids and then my 2 cousins. That was really
like ripping through the room to find some toys.
We were all, a little bit older, but it was like go outside and play,
Oh yeah, sure.
But there was 1 table in the dining room which had all of the older folk, and then we had 2 folding tables in the living room. One of them had folding chairs all the way around it. The other one, 3 people would sit on the sofa, and then there were chairs. And you couldn't move. You sat down for dinner, and then my parents would bring out the food, and they would just prepare, mostly that morning, 10 pounds of potatoes and 2 turkeys, and it was like your food was most likely cold by the time you got it, but it didn't matter because you're like this with the person next to you, and you can't go anywhere. There's no room to move. Once you sit, you've sat. And once you're done dinner, you sit until everybody's done because you can't move.
Well, with all this closeness, though, let me ask you this. Like, honestly, what was the level? Was it more loving environment or yelling?
No.
Good. I was going to say, because knowing you, it was laughter, right? Because there's that element also of certain people with families, the way they grew up. It was either you had, like, the perfect house, but it was, like, yelling all the time. And it's like, but I'd rather have, like, you guys were cozy in this place, but, like, yet everyone was, like, very respectful, very loving, fun family. Let's give big hugs.
Once dinner was over.
That's the vibe I definitely get from you. So. But, but the holidays can kind of heighten sometimes people's emotions.
No, we were very relaxed family.
Nice. And 2 turkeys, though. That's pretty cool.
We had 2
turkeys. And I
have
a big Italian family. We didn't even cook. But we had the ham, though. And did you also have, like... We didn't have 2 turkeys, but we had a lot of food.
Yeah. No, there was always a lot of food.
Yeah.
There's more men in that family than girls. There's always a lot of food. But those are the memories. And then when we had our...
No pile of toast?
No pile of toast.
Snoopy toast?
No, there was not. But there was always... it was always just loud.
Yeah.
But great loud.
And
then even when I got pregnant and had my first child, we were there with her. And we eventually started marrying and breaking off. We now go to my mother-in-law's for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But it's funny how different the food is.
Oh yeah.
Between what I grew up on.
Yep.
And what
I had
they
that
eat.
experience too. Yeah.
It's very funny, but those Thanksgiving's one of my favorites for those memories.
Now let me ask you this: so growing up, was there no judgment, but was there canned cranberry sauce or homemade cranberry sauce or both?
Canned.
Okay, well, and again, because I'm Italian, my grandma made everything from, well, she's Sicilian American, right? Made everything from scratch, but we did have the canned. But I loved it. I used to eat like half of the can. They'd have to buy like at least 4 cans, because we also had like, my grandma's, at the time, she was one of 8. And I think on Long Island, 6 of them, I believe, were still there living close by. So there were some years where there'd be like her, which of her sisters would come with their kids, and then like, they have to break out the folding tables into the living room, right, and expand. But we didn't have 2 turkeys, but I think they did like a turkey and a ham and a lasagna. Because, and to feed everyone. But I like how you guys made the 2 turkeys.
We had 2 turkeys,
That's pretty cool.
Usually they bought one, and I believe my dad's work, they always gave turkeys to everybody.
Yeah. Cool. That's cool. Yeah, it's some good memories. Yeah, definitely also share below some of your favorite Thanksgiving dishes. Do you love the mashed potatoes more than the stuffing? Because I, like you said, what?
Oh, stuffing all the way.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm the oldest, so when it became like our generation, right? Me more my siblings kind of generation to kind of, once we all had kids, and then like my mom was like the Nona of like, now she didn't really have like the, the passage of like she could hang up her apron and relax. Right. And so I started to make, believe it or not, homemade cranberry sauce, just because I'm like a big Food Network fan, and like Ina Garten and Bobby Flay are like my 2 top, and whatever, like Martha Stewart, she's got those good like turkey tips. But so I was like, I started to make my own cranberry sauce, because it was like, I think like whatever it was, Bobby Flay's recipe, and then I did Bobby Flay's. You guys should look it up, guys and gals out there. I think he calls it his mushroom stuffing dressing. If you Google it, it's not called stuffing. I think he calls it dressing, but it is, Marcy, it is phenomenal.
Really?
And I buy like fresh sourdough bread and cut it up and like into cubes and toast it, and then make like it is. So as you say, like through the years, because my grandma, she's in heaven now, and so much has changed. She used to do like the Sicilian artichokes and the eggplant, and it was a lot of Italian foods and some American foods, right? I don't think really because they were they still spoke Italian, so a lot of the, even like trying to think of like another holiday. I think maybe Thanksgiving. Maybe Thanksgiving. They had to kind of acclimate, like to be like, okay, what are we cooking in America type thing? True. Because they kind of like, right? The lasagna was like staple.
Right, but
she didn't really. Not she didn't know how to cook a turkey. She did, but
feel like
it wasn't
who
like
cares? Just because. Let the peanuts be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it doesn't matter what's on your table.
Right.
It matters who's around your table.
That's for sure. That's for sure. So we're definitely hoping that you're surrounded by ones you love. I don't care if it's just one other person with you. If it's it's just someone that respects you, and also that a Friendsgiving is cool. I was going to say friends can be family too. And I've adopted that through my adult life. I've had more.
Really?
Yeah, like well, things have changed through the years. They're not, since I think my grandma is no longer with us. She was like my mom to me. Yeah. And I feel like things have changed. Certain people have passed. So I have new relationships with friends these days.
I've always wanted to do that, but I feel like November...
Like a Friendsgiving?
Yeah.
One of my friends hosts it. They turn their garage into like, they put like 6.
I love that.
The fold. Yeah. Oh, it's so great.
I love that. See, for me, and certainly as a photographer, like once middle of October hits, it's like, all right, let's do those. Let's get into the Christmas holiday, family photos. And then by the time you know it, it's like Thanksgiving is here. And we now travel, so we're gone from like Wednesday to Sunday, And then it's December. I feel like there's just no time to like do that specific Friendsgiving, but I've always wanted to.
Yeah.
Maybe someday in the future.
I'll have to put you on the guest list. Actually, this year, it's funny that I'm saying it. They're not doing it this year because, people, things with their kids, they have certain schedules.
Yeah, and that gets hard. There's only so much time, and so, but
we'll get you on that guest list.
Yeah, I know. It's good to know people. Look at the ash on that.
Did it just come off?
No, but it's about to, I think.
Nice. I tell you, there's some nice clove notes on this one. In my opinion, that's a good Thanksgiving stick right here. It's a good one. I just picked it because of the cool band, actually. And it happened to match this episode perfectly.
This is like perfectly earthy. Like sometimes I don't necessarily need to have all the different flavors. It's just like a good like this is what a cigar should taste like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that one beautiful note.
And that's kind of what it is. I get a little bit of spice at the end, nothing too strong, but still definitely a good one for the Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to close this out. Thanks again so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for listening on Spotify, watching on YouTube. Tell all your friends. All that jazz. Tell everyone you know that loves cigars. And let's see.
Or just two funny girls.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to love cigars to watch us, I guess. But because
you need a little bit of ridiculousness in your life, folks. Come on over.
Yeah, come on over. So we're going to close out with our toast, and we have our red, what is this we're drinking here?
Red.
Johnny Walker.
Johnny Red.
This
is good. I gotta say, this is good. Mm-hmm. And the ash gives it a little bit more of that. I don't know.
I guess that's could be another thing that people could comment on. How many drinks have you actually drank with your ash in it? I don't know. Maybe 1 out of every 10.
Yeah, probably.
Okay,
right,
so
here's our new toast.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. If you know it, say it with us. Okay, let's do the first line together. Let's see. We'll split it up a little bit.
Alrighty.
You do this one. I'll do that. I don't know. Who knows? May they always be. We'll do it together.
Sure, sounds
good. Who knows? We're winging it.
We're flying by the seat of our pants.
I know what I wanted to do.
Oh, Boise.
Hold up. I have to put this out there. Because we still owe the people and me, because I'm desperate to do it, a Bert Kreischer fan episode part 2. We got to get it.
We do.
Because I bought the H. Upmann cigar, and I think there's like a Jaime Garcia that we're going to both smoke the same. I think that one was put out, by My Father's Cigars.
Right.
Those are the two. I mean, Bert, he says like what I have. Like, I'm sure there's easily top 10 or his number 1 sticks, right? But those are up there. So what happened was this just came in the mail today. And are you going to get tickets? You never really confirmed. Are you going to get... He's coming to this area for his... tour. So he's for anyone that's a Bert Kreischer fan out there, he's that awesome comedian that he loves cigars, but he's on his fully loaded cruise right now with his fans.
Crazy.
See, now today is like we're early November, but I have to, just for editing purposes, I want to get this up probably the first week. Thanksgiving week. Before Thanksgiving.
Got it.
But you have, we got to film easily 2-3 weeks in advance because.
She's a busy girl.
Well, I'm busy in the editing. It was quite something. But anyway, so this is because he also is like his birthday, his cruise, this and that. He's all like, he's Mr. Party. And he just announced, I think it was like 50% off his surprise bag merch online just because he's feeling good. So I was like, oh, I want to know what's in his mystery bag. Okay, so I don't know what this is. This is the mystery. I didn't order this knowing what was coming. So here, check this out, okay?
Oh my gosh, it reminds me of The Price is Right.
For sure.
I love it.
This is his Bert. Okay, retro shirt. That's awesome. That's why I just got a shirt. I got 2 shirts. Oh, the Relapse Tour. Oh, does it say our date? I don't know.
The Birdie Boy Relapse Tour.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. I got another shirt. And this was I don't know if he closed the sales. Oh, no, I'm going to post this at Thanksgiving, so it will be over. I'm sorry. Because this was half off. But anyhow... And then let's see what this is. So we get 2 shirts in his mystery box. So anyway, in the future, when he offers this again, click yes on the mystery box. Oh, just supposed to.
I'm going to go right here, folks. Right here.
Yeah. So anyhow, that's fun.
Amongst all of the best.
Yeah, Birdie Boy Productions. So thank you, Mr. Burt Kreischer. I am one of your biggest fans.
Woo!
Boom and kaboot it. Okay, boom and then kaboot it. Now we're going to close this thing out. Thanks for sticking with us. Okay, so Marcy, there are good ships and there are wood ships.
Ships that sail the sea.
But the best ships
are friendships,
and may they always be. Cheers, my friend. Cheers. That's a good one. All right, and as we always do, look at her. Down in it. We are going to, 1, 2, 3.
See you next time.